Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to call to order the February 7th meeting of the Stillwater Planning Commission. Item 2, land use for discussion and possible action. The Stillwater Chamber of Commerce map amendment rezoning PZ-16-2147, requesting review and approval of a map amendment to change from IG Industrial General Zoning District to CG Commercial General Zoning District at property address 707 East Airport Road. Could have staff step forward, sir.
Evening, I'm Mike Beatty. This map amendment is for the parcel at the southeast corner of Airport Road and Perkins, area highlighted in colorblind purple. Across the street, you have light industry. Just at the southeast corner across Perkins, you have commercial general or general commercial, and then general industrial around it on the east side. This is a view looking to the southeast from the intersection of Airport and Perkins, just a large undeveloped tract. Comparison of the different uses in the different zonings. Just a different characteristic. I don't know if there's any questions on that. The bulk standards are pretty similar. You have a little bit smaller setback with general commercial in the side setbacks, but the screening and lot sizes are similar. The comprehensive plan does support this map change. The map change allows for commercial uses to support the surrounding industrial uses, but it does reduce the supply of industrial land available in the city. Any questions?
Questions from Mr. Beatty?
Is there a big demand on more industrial land in the city?
No, I don't know that there is a demand. That you have the frontage there on Perkins, and so it makes sense that part of this would support a commercial type application that'd be related to that. So,
Any other questions? All right, we'll go ahead and open the public hearing. Anyone wishing to speak in favor of this, please step forward, state your name and address, please.
Good evening, Kelly Harris with Keystone Engineering at 23 South Lowry, here representing the Chamber tonight. We are requesting the Commercial General Zoning District change. We feel that this could be a catalyst of development in this area, just requesting changing it from Industrial General. It'll just get people looking that, oh, well, there's some new commercial land out there. We would like to, town is growing that way, but we would like the surrounding businesses for the employees not to have to drive so far back into town. We feel like this could support some of their businesses by example, gas stations, food, banking, just having more amenities up on that side of town. We would like to use this capital for future development on the east side of the railroad tracks for an industrial park that we would like to get going to help support that. Any questions of me?
Questions?
Thank you.
Anyone else wishing to speak in favor, please step forward and state your name and address. Seeing none, anyone wish to speak in opposition of this, please step forward. Seeing none, we'll go ahead and close the public hearing and ask for staff's alternatives.
all right, you can approve the request as is presented. You can recommend the request be denied, or you can continue or table the request.
Any discussion among the commission members?
Does the railroad tracks, do they require a certain amount of, right-of-way to either side or space off the railroad tracks, even though it's not generally very used?
Not with the zoning. They have their right-of-way, so you obviously can't encroach on their right-of-way, but there are no other than it'd be a rear setback type requirement, but nothing related specifically to the railroad.
The zoning on the southwest corner of that intersection?
It's IL,
It is
Yeah,
IL.
Southwest, if you look at right here,
Until you get down to that building.
right down at Harned intersection, you have
Yeah.
general commercial there. This is light industry
Okay.
over here.
Any other discussion, or anyone care to make a motion?
Move to approve the rezoning as requested.
Second?
Let us vote. And that does pass 7-0. Item B, the Albright Living Trust preliminary plat PZ-17-2164, requesting review and approval of a preliminary plat for Oakdale Park, second acre to create 38 residential lots and one outlot at the property addressed 1299 North Jardo. Mr. Beatty.
Try to stay out of the way as much as possible. This preliminary plat is a plat that was approved quite some time ago. It's been about 10 years since any activity has taken place on it, so it's before you tonight. The preliminary plat extends east from the end of Will Rogers to the edge of the city limits here. You have Payne County on the east, agriculturally zoned property to the south, and RSS and RSL zoning to the west and to the north. This is a photo of the streets. They've already been built and the utilities are in place out there. This is looking to the east. The preliminary plat has a slight change from the one approved, I think 12 years ago. This street to the south has been added, and there's one lot reduction in the overall plat. Findings, an active preliminary plat is required to approve the final plat, and it's been well more than 2 years since any activity took place on the area. The original preliminary plat consequently expired. The revised new plat has a road stub to the south. It does meet all zoning and subdivision requirements. Any questions?
Questions? All right, we'll go ahead and open the public hearing. Anyone wishing to speak in favor, please step forward and state your name and address, please.
Good evening. Stephen Ghost with Ghost & Associates, 113 East 8th. We're the applicant's engineer on this. I'm here to answer any questions you may have. With regard to staff's findings, we agree there was a minor change. We added that stub out to meet fire codes. Took a lot away. We take exception to the expiration, but we got to come back for the modification anyway. So just here to answer any questions you all may have.
So the reason the stub was added was for fire?
Is to meet future, and the client, the developer owns the land to the south. And so at some point, as that develops, we'll extend a road out to McElroy from that Henderson.
So you're not increasing density at all, you're actually decreasing
We
by
took a
one.
lot away from the approved preliminary plat that had both sections 1 and 2 in it.
The decrease in lot size was just a little bit? Is that?
The average lot size is the same. I mean, it kind of worked out where there was one lot that came out where that road was, and it just shifted a little bit, but the whole north side of the road is the same.
Any other questions?
Okay.
All right. Anyone else wish to speak in favor? Seeing none, we'll take anyone that wishes to speak in opposition to this motion. Okay. Seeing none, we'll close the public hearing and ask for staff's alternative.
Your alternatives, you can approve the plat, find the plat is not in conformance with the requirements to deny the plat, or you can continue or table to to a future date.
Anyone care to?
I'll make a motion to accept findings and approve the proposed preliminary plat as presented.
Second?
Let us vote. That passes 7-0. Moving on to item C, Albright Living Trust Final Plat PZ-17-2163, requesting review and approval of a final plat of the Oakdale Park second section to create 38 lots and one outlot at the property address 1299 North Jardo.
All right, this is the final plat of the same property we just looked at. Same area, same existing conditions. There's a blow-up of the final plat. You can see the road extending to the south, the outlot to the at the northeast corner of the property. It meets all zoning and subdivision requirements, and again, it follows the design of the preliminary plat that you just approved. Any questions?
I don't think so. Go ahead and open the public hearing. Anyone wish to speak in favor? You know the drill.
Back, Stephen Ghost and Associates, just here to answer any questions. The builder for this is ready to get going, so once we get the plat recorded after city council, they're ready to get started, so.
Questions for Mr. Gose? Anyone else wish to speak in favor? Seeing none, we'll ask for anyone who wishes to speak in opposition. Seeing none, we'll close the public hearing, ask for staff's alternatives.
Alternatives, you can accept the findings and recommend approval of the final plat, or you can find the plat's not in conformance and deny the request.
Any discussion? Move that we accept the plat as presented.
I'll second.
Passes 7-0. Item 3, approval of the meeting summary for discussion and possible action of the approval of the regular meeting summary, January 3rd, 2017.
Move to approve.
Second.
Let's go ahead and vote on that. And that does pass 7-0, and with that, we'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
Move to adjourn. Second.
And we are adjourned.